Happy Mother's Day 2022. Yes, it is Coach BNP. It's Mother's Day. So it's Sunday. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there who come across this video or who subscribe to my channel or who sees me in passing. And a special happy Mother's Day and sweet memories to those mothers who have transitioned from this earthly plane. My mom has transitioned. It'll be 14 years ago, the end of this year. However, I'm a mom, and one of my daughters is a mom. So happy Mother's Day to us. Happy Mother's Day to you out there in YouTube land. Happy Mother's Day to the heavenly mamas and them. And I hope that you got what you wanted today, whether it was time around family, whether it was rest and relaxation, whether it was solitude. Just happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Okay, it has been a month since I uploaded my last video. And if you saw that last video, then you know that I have been pushed, pushed by divine source energy to pivot the direction of my channel. So if you are not sure about what direction we're going in, I encourage you to go check out the video that was uploaded a month ago before this video. And you can also check out the About section on my channel here to figure out the 3 things that I think you should know about me when you're checking out this channel. So let's get into it. We over here are completely and totally in support of mental health awareness. This is the month of May in the United States. So the month of May has been designated as Mental Health Awareness Month. So typically you see for 31 days straight your favorite celebrities and entertainers and sports folks talk about mental health challenges, mental health concerns, experiences with mental illness, etc., etc. But over here, we trademarked and created a mental health awareness brand. And that brand is called Mental Health is Sexy. So we talk about mental health on the regular, on all of our platforms. It is not a trending topic over here. And what we talk about now regarding mental health is our mission to prioritize great mental health in BIPOC relationships. Now, our information is great for all types of relationships. But we understand over here, on this channel over here, and with this mental health awareness brand over here, that there is still a huge disparity in the level of conversations around mental health for the BIPOC community. And just as a reminder, BIPOC is an acronym for Black Indigenous People of Color. So, again, we understand that our information is valuable to all backgrounds, races, nationalities. However, we are specifically talking to and focusing on people of color because the conversation around mental health is still stigmatized. It's still taboo. It's still something that we are experiencing oftentimes fatal ramifications because the conversation just isn't welcomed, right? So I specialize in helping my sisters move from heartbroken to healed. So what we do over here is we have real conversations and give real guidance and real information on how, as women, we can learn to pivot and heal after experiencing a particular trauma. Now, we will be focusing, though, on traumas that come out of relationships, right? So not just romantic relationships, but also personal relationships, like with family and friends, and professional relationships. Because you know, like I know that you know, that professional settings can be one of the main places that test our mental and emotional health. So we're going to have all of those conversations over here on this channel. The one thing I want to talk about, though, quickly here for this video is that Last year, I created my first digital course. It's self-paced, only 95 minutes. It's interactive because I give you assignments and exercises to complete at the end of each lesson. And it's valued at $295. But if you watch this video to the end, you will get a special code just for YouTube to drop that course down to a special price the entire month of May in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. So stick around for a couple more minutes, you'll get that code. But first, let me tell you about this course. So last year, my marriage ended in a very traumatic way last year. Completely unexpected, just got to the point where he was fed up, I was fed up, and so boom, stuff happened, and a new form of trauma set in for myself. So while I was in a hotel for 30 days, the first two to 3 weeks, I should say, I was in active depression mode. Like, I was aware of what was happening. I was aware of my energy changing and fluctuations. I was aware of anxiety setting in because I didn't know what I was going to do after those 30 days, where I was going to live, how I was going to rebuild my life. Like, it was just a lot going on. And so because I had all of those energy fluctuations, my appetite left. So I didn't really eat the first 2 weeks. I would nibble here on a piece of food here or a piece of fruit. My daughter would bring me food. The food smelled good. It looked good. It was some of my favorite things. I just didn't feel compelled to consume it. So when you're not eating properly, there's other things, other physical things that happen on top of battling depression, anxiety, and any other mental and emotional challenges after experiencing a trauma. My hair ended up falling out. I have scalp psoriasis, and so I think that was exacerbated by what was going on with me internally. I wasn't sleeping, and when I was sleeping, I was having night terrors. Like, it was a horrible, horrible experience. And so a couple times while I was sitting at the hotel table, you know, the little dinette, little work table that they have, I just kept thinking, like, okay, if I'm having a challenging time with staying in control of my mental and emotional health during this traumatic experience, and I have a mental health awareness brand, and I wrote a book, and I have all this foundation and this mental health self-care routine. I have all these things in place to help me stay in charge of my mental health, but I'm struggling right now because of what just happened to me. What about the woman in the next room, or in the house down the street, or at the shelter, who's experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing, or maybe even worse, who doesn't have the type of foundation I have as far as the mental and emotional routine that I built over the past decade? What is she doing? What is she thinking? Is she thinking about unaliving herself? Is she thinking about committing an illegal act or acts? Is she thinking about doing something strange for a little piece of change? Like, is she thinking about abusing substances? What is going through her mind? Because I know the things that are going through my mind, and I have a strong foundation for mental and emotional health support. I built that over 10 years. But there's somebody going through the same thing, similar or worse thing that I'm going through, that does not have that type of experience. And so once I thought about my sister, once I thought about that other woman, once I thought about the friend I didn't know, once I thought about that other person, while I was still going through my challenges, a different form of anxiety set in. Because myself was telling me, if you're thinking about someone else while you're going through a crisis, That's your spirit telling you you have the power to help the next woman get to where you are in your mental and emotional space. Does that make sense? So again, I'm going through my trauma, my experience, my battle with depression, and I'm thinking about someone who's going through it, who don't have the tools or the resources or the knowledge or the training or the spiritual gifts or the life experience to successfully come out on the other side. So what I did, I began to document the steps that I was taking to pull myself up by my bootstraps and overcome that depression. And as I documented those steps, it put my mind in the space of, instead of worrying 24/7 about what just happened to me, how could he do this to me, why didn't he see my value, I'm going to get him back, no, you not going to get him back, why God has forsaken me, you know, all of those debilitating thoughts that come through when you experience a trauma. Instead of me continuously spending 24/7 replaying those horrible soundtracks, now I was able to pivot my line of thinking and say, you're thinking these things and you're fighting these things because you have the skill set to do so. But what about that woman in the next hotel room? The woman at the shelter? The woman still in the residence experiencing trauma? What about those women who don't have the type of foundation you have? You're supposed to help them. You're supposed to give them guidance. You're supposed to be transparent and share your story and your advice and your knowledge to give them the blueprint and to also give them the green light to heal themselves and to rebuild their lives. So as I documented the steps that I was taking to pull myself out of my depression, and it took me about 2-3 weeks to pull myself out to a point where I felt like, okay, I can bounce back, let's do this, you know. So during that time, I'm documenting my steps, and at the end of that time, I decided to take my top 5 steps, the top 5 steps that I felt helped me the most, that I felt were the most practical, that I felt that anybody could do it, that I felt that were the most helpful. I took those top 5 steps and I created a 95-minute digital mini course for you. I took my top 5 steps and created my digital course that you can take at your own pace that will help you to learn ways on how to heal and thrive after a breakup. So whether it was a marriage, whether it was just a romantic relationship, whether it was a situationship, whether it was an engagement, some sort of romantic relationship that came to an end and that was traumatizing for you, that's who I created this course for. Now, this course, once you purchase it, you get the link, it's yours. It don't expire after so many hours or after so many uses. Once you buy it, it's yours. And it's an interactive course. So at the end of each way that I share with you, at the end of each step that I share with you, I'm giving you an assignment to complete. Now, some assignments are simple, such as meditating or journaling. Other assignments, you got to leave your house to do them. And no, I can't make you do the exercises. However, you're cheating yourself if you choose to skip the steps, all the steps in the exercise, and all the steps in the digital course. So that's between you and God. Now, again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, my program that I mentioned that's valued at $297, I'm making it available to you for only $44. And in order to get it for $44, you need to use the code YouTube4 at checkout. Use the code YouTube4 at checkout. You'll see that $297 value drop down to $44 instantaneously. Make your payment. Boom. The link for the course is ready to download. Bada bing, bada boom. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a self-paced course. It's only 95 minutes. If you want to sit down and run through it and just get the feel of it one time and then go back through and do the exercises, do the assignments, whatever way works for you, the information is there. Now, it's called From Heartbroken to Healed. 5 ways to heal and thrive after a breakup. But you get a bonus step at the end. And that bonus step at the end has been included in order to help you energetically release any negative thoughts, words, or deeds associated with your traumatic breakup. So you're actually getting 6 steps, 6 of my top steps that I used to help me begin to heal and thrive after my marriage ended in such a traumatic way last year. Again, you don't have to have been married to take this course. We have relationships that end, situationships that end, boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend, non-binary, non-binary. We have these relationships that our heart and our emotions get involved in, and when those relationships come to an end, sometimes we feel stuck. And so I created that course to help you get unstuck, to help you identify ways, steps, and practices that you could do that will help you to get your zhuzh back, that will help you to heal, that will help you to rediscover interests that you may have given up in order to appease your mate, to help you build a community around you that will help you to meet your healing goals. And that community sometimes is a physical community, and then other times is virtual, such as your favorite YouTube channel by Coach VMP. So again, I want you to get this course. I want you to gift this course to someone who needs it. Because it doesn't have to be someone who just got out of a relationship 60 days ago. It could be someone who got out of a relationship 2 years ago and they're still struggling, they're still stuck. It could be someone who got divorced 20 years ago and they're just looking for a new lease on life and new things to do in order to continue their healing process. So again, the course is valued $297. You use code YouTube4 at checkout. You'll see that $297 drop down to $44. Pay your cost. Boom, you'll get the downloadable link ASAP. You can get it on your cell phone. However, I encourage you to do it from your laptop or your tablet or your desktop computer. There's closed captions. If that'll be convenient for you. And I would love to hear your feedback. I would love for you to drop down in the comments and to let me know what you thought about the course. Let me know if you gifted it to a friend and they saw benefit in it. Like, I just want to help as many people as possible move from heartbroken to healed, especially my sisters. And I call you, beautiful women, sisters instead of sisters, simply because the work that I do, the services that I provide, the value that I give you is to help you get your sparkle back. Is to help you reignite that thing inside of you that makes you just pop and sparkle and dance just like the stars do across the sky. So that's why I refer to you as my sisters and not my sisters. You get it? Because those that get it. And those that don't. But anyway, alright, that's the end of this video. Like this video, comment, share this video, subscribe to this channel, check out some of my other playlists. I will see you in the next video. And don't forget, I said mental health is sexy, and as my shirt is saying, own your glow. Own that thing that makes you uniquely you. And if you've gotten out of a relationship and you can't identify anymore what's that thing that makes me uniquely me, download From Heartbroken to Healed, 5 ways to heal and thrive after a breakup, because there's 2 steps in there that's going to help you to rediscover your personal interest, which will also help you get back in tune with that thing, that unique thing that's yours and only yours, that's part of your personal glow. Alright, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. I will leave the link in the description box. Tell your friends, tell your sister, tell your aunties. Again, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. We celebrate all month and beyond because that's what we do over here. Peace.